What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. Here we are playing Fort Aspenwood as an Elementalist on the Kurzick side, and I'm running with Elemental Attunement as my elite. So you can see what it does here in the bottom left. This is a great way to boost my water magic skills, which I'm using here, as well as give me some energy back. So a lot of these skills that I'm using, these water magic skills, are very high energy, right? I have Ice Spikes, which cost me 15 energy. I have Deep Freeze, which costs 25. So Elemental Attunement is a way that I can gain back this energy and be able to spam these constantly, with the help of Water Attunement gaining me some energy, as well as R of Restoration helping me gain some energy as well. The major concern here is that since these are enchantments, playing on the Kurzick side, these Siege Turtle attacks will remove them. So I do have to be mindful of that. Now, this build works well on the Kurzick side though, because it does do a lot of speed reduction of the enemies, right? Shard Storm, Ice Spikes, and Deep Freeze will all limit the movement speed of my enemies. So it's good in that way. You can see too, I'm running Blurred Vision as my first skill in the skill bar. This is a great skill to cast onto any kind of physical damage opponents, and then they have a 50% chance of actually missing their attacks. Skill number 5 is Maelstrom, which some of you might remember from the Ice Imps, oftentimes wiping out your parties around the Shiver Peaks area. But this is a good skill, does some good AoE damage, right? If I can time it and I can limit a foe's movement with one of my skills 2 to 4, and I can cast this Maelstrom and they'll be stuck in it. Every time they try to cast a spell, they'll be interrupted as well. So overall, this build works really well. Works well too if I'm playing on the Luxon side, right? Because it can smash through gates with Maelstrom, and I don't have to worry about the enchantment removal from Siege Turtles if I'm playing on the Luxon side. But really, the reason I'm using it here for the Kurzick side is for this denying them speed movement. It also does have this ability to take over these shrines pretty well, independently. Even though they are rangers, and I won't do as much damage to them because of their armor, I can take over these shrines alone. You can see Maelstrom interrupting that Elementalist. And you can see too that they do have some physical damage. They have an assassin, they have a warrior. So Blurred Vision will come in handy. Then also by using skills like Ice Spikes or Deep Freeze, it's going to make the move a lot slower. It's going to help my team out a lot. But with these 3 enchantments here, I really gain back all the energy after I cast. So it's easy to keep on casting these high energy spells. Without these attunements, without R of Restoration and these other 2, it'd be very difficult to manage my energy here. Even though there are some good water magic elite skills that I can't bring because I'm using Elemental Attunement. So like Ice Spikes is a really nice skill. Or I'm sorry, I mean Water Trident, that's a really nice skill, but I don't have access to that since I already have an elite skill. But this works really well. You can see me taking over this solo here. For some reason, Shard Storm can just go right through that tent, even though you'd think it would block it. But it goes right through it. And now I'll try to run some Amber back here. Seems like this assassin might come and try to stop me, but he falls. Lay down a little bit of damage on this monk and hopefully be able to sneak by. You have to be careful because these Luxon warriors do use Coward, They can keep on knocking you down and making it really difficult to run this amber. This build also works well since I do have a warrior and a dervish on my team that do run right up to opponents and deal some physical damage. So it's nice that I can slow them down so those guys can hit with their scythe attacks or whatever the weapon the warrior's using. But our team's doing a good job of taking down these siege turtles. That's always important. You can see we have another one coming up here on this orange side. So I don't want to just run in right away. That might just take me out with its siege turtle attack. So I decide here to go back to this purple side perhaps. But I get flocked by these enemies. Hopefully I can slow them down. Nice deep freeze, 66% slower movement for 10 seconds. Very nice snare. See if I can do ice spikes on this monk. Slow him down as well. Shard Storm, if I do hit a moving foe, will also slow down their movement. But a pretty fun build. I'm always trying to run different builds in Fort Aspenwood. Throughout this year of 2024, I've been trying to post lots of different builds, lots of different elite skills to show that, this game is very versatile. Yes, there are meta skills, meta builds, but you can make a lot work. This is one of our last videos for 2024. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it. Might have to go ahead and change my name here or my introductions to Guild Wars 1 in 2025 with this upcoming new year. Hopefully this year's been good for you guys. Hopefully you'll have a good upcoming Christmas if you're celebrating. It's been fun making these videos this year, and I intend to continue. Right, on these weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, even on Fridays, there are Fort Aspenwood games. You can see I got lucky. I have 1 health here. But make sure you join these Fort Aspenwood games. The more players, the better. Oftentimes, there will be 2 games going simultaneously. And it's a great way to play some Guild Wars PvP, which doesn't exist in many formats anymore. Some nice AoE damage on these Luxon warriors with Unsteady Ground in my Maelstrom. And let's go ahead and run this amber by. Get a blurred vision on this warrior to limit his attacks. Maybe freeze him in place so this Kurzick Juggernaut can lay down some damage. And now we should be good to open up the gate and just run this amber right by. Go ahead and repair this purple gate here. Now all of our gates are up, so this is looking pretty good for us. They already have a lever. They can feel the momentum shift. And another lever too. And another one. So this is one of the problems in Fort Aspenwood. Is a lot of people do just leave if they feel like victory is not near. A lot of people don't stick it out and play. So, let's see, like, all of their team is left here. So, at this point, might as well just keep on running this amber. Make this go a little bit quicker. Maybe we'll still be able to show off some parts of this build here. Taking down this shrine here, and then running some of this amber back. Now, one thing that people are oftentimes unaware of, but there is an amber shrine actually right in the middle. So not on this orange side or on this purple side, but right in the middle of the map, there's this amber shrine that oftentimes is not taken over. But that amber actually, if you turn it into Gunther, I think it's actually double or triple its effect on God's Vengeance. So if it is possible, try to run that amber, turn it into Gunther, and the God's Vengeance will go up a lot more than if I was running these side ambers from the orange or purple side. Water magic, though, is definitely fun to play. Air magic or fire magic is probably the norm, what people play the most of, but water magic's fun too. So thanks for watching, cheers, and have a good rest of your year.